Yo, what is good? My anime free. What is good? I apologize for the car noise in the background, but let's just get quickly into this Boruto episode and learning truly what Osuskis are about, their weaknesses, and even next week we'll supposedly know how to kill them, which, if this is the case, it must be something. I'm curious to see what that is. Like, what are they going to practically just say? Oh, this is how you do it, you know? Because clearly, the person who got the closest to doing this was like Kaguya or whoever absolutely forced this Osuski into needing to go into a human body as desperate and feeding off the nutrients and all that stuff. Um, it's clear as day that whoever did that, which I'm pretty sure is Kaguya, is what is and was capable of doing it, but I feel like it was just a normal thing. Like it didn't seem like anything out of the usual, right? Like it's not like we saw him lose like all of his markings or something. Like it was just the fact that excuse me, he had lost like an arm and a leg. And it would seem like something anyone could do in the case of, hey, I just beat the crap out of this guy and I had a sword, so I chopped off his arm and his leg. Like it seemed like part of the fight that would happen normally. And they're like, oh, this is how we know a way to kill those guys. Like, so if chopping off an arm and a leg is anything to do with it, then we have already figured it out too. So the whole imprint of karma is pretty much a DNA that once it transfers over to the person that the karma is attached to, it will now become the Otsutsuki that practically knew they were about to die, and now they have a pretty much new, not only life, but they're taking the host over and leaving nothing of that person. So regardless of who they are, they're practically owned at that point once that data is passed, which I already said would be funny if Boruto somehow, for some reason, had to have the same kind, like, he's already going through a lot of things as his dad. That's clear. But what if he had something like a nine-tailed beast that he always had, like, to kind of comprehend and deal with trying to take over? I feel like they're gonna do something like that, and it looks like it's coming to light just with the regards of how they're handling this situation. They're like, "Oh, either we gotta kill Boruto before he resurrects into Momoshiki," which I mean, you're telling me Naruto's gonna be okay with that? And the other thing is, they have to figure out how to beat Jigen before he goes into Kawaki, and that happening alone is the end of the world scenario. Just by one of them obtaining a vessel like this, which begs the question, what makes Kawaki so broken? And I think it has a little bit to do with some of the cyber enhancements this boy has in the case of, like, there's chakra and all that stuff, and he can use jutsus now, but that was never something in his arsenal up until this point, and he was still beating up people that our crew was struggling with, right? Like the guy who he killed, which we just, like, kind of wrote off. We're like, oh, he killed people? It's okay. Like, people forget about it. And not only us, the people there who are on the mission know about it, so we don't really got to tell anybody. I mean, it's going to be on file, but no civilians need to know, right? Kind of funny there. But yeah, overall, Boruto doing what Boruto do, and they are showing just how close Jigen is to defeat, which everybody's seemingly gone. I mean, he has no teammates really in action that are seemingly helping him at this point, and the ones that he does have, a lot of the characters we have should be able to handle them pretty easily. So it's not looking good for him, and I am curious to see how this is going to play out at the end of the day. I hope you all have an awesome one. I'm your boy, the Anime G, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.